Hello, this is Mr. Boyer. In this video, I will be showing you how to solve two-step equations. So we're going to take the knowledge that we have from one-step equations, and we're going to go one more step further, and we're doing two-step equations. A two-step equation is basically two one-step equations in the same question. So the whole goal of solving an equation is to get that gosh darn variable, usually an x or y or whatever, all by itself by using the opposite of the order of operations. So instead of PEMDAS or parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, we like to use SADMEG, and the G is for grouping symbols. So parentheses is a grouping symbol. So SADMEG sounds better than SADMEP. So we do subtraction and addition, then division and multiplication, then the exponents, then any of the grouping symbols. So the opposite of the order of operations is how we're going to get that variable all by itself. And it all sounds so confusing, but I'm going to make it simple here. So here we have an question here, an equation that we're trying to solve, trying to get that x all by itself. So the order, or the backwards order of operation would say, hey, you know what? I see this addition here first. So I'm going to do the inverse of addition to get rid of this 3. So I'm going to say minus 3. If I subtract 3 to this side, I have to subtract 3 to this side. And when I do that, that gives me that negative 2x all by itself equals negative 1 minus 3. Well, change. That's negative 4. And now, that's one step. So a two-step equation, like I said, is just two one-step equations. So we just did one. Now we have another one-step equation that we already learned how to do. So this is a multiplication question. The opposite of multiplication is division. Cancels that out. I have to divide this side by negative 2. That leaves me with the x all by itself. And a negative divided by negative is a positive. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. Alrighty. So I like to say it this way. This is how I teach. I say, hey, this is Mr. Boyer's classroom. These guys, they're next to each other. They want to stay next to each other as long as possible. They're sitting there, they're friends. They love Mr. Boyer. They think he's the most funny teacher in the whole wide world. And then here we have this little loner, this 6, and he doesn't like Mr. Boyer. Once that bell rings, he's all by himself. He wants to get the heck out of there soon. So that's how we know that this guy has to get out of here before we do anything with that w divided by 2. So when I subtract 6 from this side, that kind of gets him out of here. So I got a minus 6. So now I still have the w divided by 2. And now 10 minus 6 is 4. So this is a division question. The opposite of division is multiplication. If I multiply by 2, cancels out. Multiply this side by 2, and w equals 8. Ta-da! Alright, one last one, I think. So here we could do the Mr. Boyer's classroom, or whatever you want to say. We're going to add 5 because that's the first thing we see when we look at the order of operations backwards. Or you can say that's the loner. So if I add 5 to this side, so now I have 1/3 times t. Ugh, I hate using t as a variable. Equals 5. Now to undo multiplication, remember this is multiplication of a fraction, you would do division, but there really is no such thing as dividing fractions because you always change it to multiplying by the reciprocal. When I multiply this by the reciprocal, it basically cancels it out because it equals 1. I would need to multiply this side by the reciprocal, 3 over 1. Well, I don't really need to write over 1 because that's kind of silly, because we know that 3 over 1 is the same as 3. So now I have t equals 5 times 3 is 15. Alrighty, let's see if there's another one here. Nope, again, man. Alrighty, well, hope that helped. Bye.